Chapter 1. What is grief? Grief is a universal human emotion. If you live long enough, you will experience grief. 100% of the people you love will die. You will die. Everyone who is born dies. The only question is, will you grieve them or will they grieve you? Yet, as universal as grief is not understood by many of us. We avoid talking about grief. Many of us cruise through life willfully unaware that grief is waiting for us. The odds are that if you are listening to this, it's because you are experiencing grief. It's also likely that grief has caught you off guard. When grief strikes, we feel like we've been buried and our lives are over. Grief is deep, prolonged mental anguish, intense sorrow, emotional suffering, resulting from a loss, especially from the death of a loved one. Grief manifests in many ways: shock, disbelief, anger, rage, fear, sadness, uncontrollable crying, a feeling of emptiness, the belief that life will never be the same again, the belief you can never be happy again, a lack of concentration. Life feels like it's falling apart or has even come to a halt. We say things like, "My world has ended." Grief is simply the most painful human emotion possible. Chapter 2. Who is this guy? Who am I? And why should you believe I know anything worth saying about grief? In life, we can learn in one of two ways. We can learn through study, or we can learn through experience. Many people call themselves experts because they have studied the subject intellectually. But there is no teacher like experience. When it comes to grief, I have learned both ways, experientially and through study. My 15-year-old daughter Shayna passed in her sleep on June 24th, 2015, 1,361 days ago today. With each passing day, I become one day more experienced with grief. When it comes to grief, I have been there. I am there. When Shayna passed, I threw myself into studying grief because that's what I do. I research things, I take them apart, analyze them, and put them back together. Early on in my journey, I found that there is a podcast for any subject in the world. One of the first podcasts I discovered after Shayna's passing was We Don't Die by Sandra Champlain. It's at www.wedon'tdieradio.com. Sandra recorded an audio about grief that I listened to a few weeks after Shayna passed. That audio helped me immensely. Then, my wife and I listened to the audio together. Sandra's work and the work of others has inspired me. My wife did more studying of the subject of grief than I did in terms of studying specifically about grief. Instead of studying grief, I poured myself into studies that would alleviate my grief. I studied anything that would bring me hope. I didn't set out to become an expert in grief. I was trying to figure out how to conquer it. I learned along the way that grief could not be conquered, but it could be managed. I wouldn't put grief behind me. However, grief would not destroy me. I developed my own program, if you will, to help me survive those days when I thought I would not survive. That program is a combination of exercise, meditation, study, and service to others. I want to share that with you.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.